Hello, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your Maker2199 bringing you guys another commentary. Now, on this one, I want to start with finishing some of my thoughts that I had before, and then continuing with another topic that I have in mind. So, on the other one, I was talking about money and I went on a tangent, but the thing that I wanted to get out most was that the easiest way for you to have money is to save it. So if you guys are wondering like how can I have this much money or whatever is for you to save, that'll be always the easiest. Never think that just because somebody did, whatever, somebody can do whatever and it works. Maybe they start selling some stuff or they started a small business or whatever. Not because they did such doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you as well or that it's a good investment. So just keep that in mind, and anytime before you waste money or use money, make sure that you thought everything that could happen, every scenario, just absolutely everything before you just throw money away. Because it's really unfortunate when people go in and they have a lot of expectations. They think that they're gonna make money easy or fast because they started a business, and all it is to it's a way that they lose a lot of money. And once you lose money, it's something that you usually can't get back. So just keep that in mind. Don't just go and try to spend all of this cash trying to become rich or anything like that on scams or anything like that. If it's too good to be true, it more than likely is. And I've seen a lot of people do it. That's why I usually, tell everybody to be really careful on what they do and how they spend their money. And it's not that you're not gonna have fun or that you're never gonna own anything. It's just that you need to know what you can buy, what you are able to purchase and all of that. And right there, I was waiting for the other guy. He was just camping, and most of the match there was one guy that was camping, but it wasn't that bad. That's usually why I hate Gridlock, but this was the only match I was able to play, so we'll we'll keep it and make a commentary over it. So yeah, and then I got taken out because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, so that's the easiest way. So before you get into any sort of business or stock or anything like that, make sure you do some of your homework. Don't just dive in into something just because one of your relatives or friends did, and they pulled out X amount of return or whatever and that sort of stuff. Always do your math. Always make sure that you are going to get what you want. And right here, you guys can see part of the issue that I have to play with when this thing actually works. And it just kicked me out because the Wi-Fi disconnected, and I thought it was going to be the end of the commentary, but luckily we can see it buffering at top on the top, and I was just hoping that I could get back in, and that's gonna be the case. And I decided not to edit over it just so that you guys can see some of the things that I deal with. So when my internet does work, that is about the amount of gameplay that I usually get, and it's really pathetic. So this Xbox is really, once I get the money to replace it, I'm tossing this thing to the garbage. There's no doubt about that. But for now, we just have to make with what we have. So we're gonna continue to try to use it, and hopefully we'll be able to get a few here so that I can make some more commentaries. But enough about money. And I was saying to live modestly, don't spend too much money. Whatever you make, live comfortably with what you make, and make sure you're always saving money just in case something happens, because you do not want to have debt all the way to your eyeballs. Anything that wasn't planned occurs as it might happen, and then you're really uncomfortable or stuff like that living for a while or what have you. That would really suck. So that's why you should always keep money. Never just go and spend it and try to buy everything. I would rather have money cash to be able to buy a few things that I'm gonna enjoy than to be in depth out of my out of my eyeballs and be really paranoid of what might happen. So, and to continue here, The other thing that I've always told people, and it's always helped me save money, is take care of your things. And this Xbox isn't broken because I didn't take care of it, it's just broken because it was crap. But take care of your things, like, do your research. Like when you're buying a phone, don't just drop it, don't just be mindless and all of that. And phones are really expensive, and I know a few people that go through 2 or 3 a year. And when you're buying iPhones and that sort of crap, 2 or 3 a year, that is a big bill on phones that it's really unnecessary. And or take care of your car, take care of things that are gonna cost you. Make sure that you do the maintenance, do everything that you need to do, take care of it. That way it actually costs you less and not more, because you wouldn't want a car to break down on something that's going to render you a few hundred or maybe even thousands of dollars to fix. That would totally suck. And that is just going the opposite direction of what you want when it comes to having money or having more money. So take care of everything that you have and own and all of that, and you won't really be short on money. That's really one of my biggest tips. And I've always taken care of all of my stuff, and they break because of age and that sort of other stuff. Never, not really because I broke it. Of course, there's a few things that I've accidentally broke or dropped. It happens. But most of the time when my things break, it's because it was way too old, it had way too many years, and it was already time for it to be done. And now I have plenty of money to go replace it and still have money to spare. So that's what I'm trying to talk about. So that's what would be rich, just having money on hand. And then wealth is something that you have to build, but it takes money. It takes money to make money, like it said. And in order to build wealth and get more money and that sort of stuff, yeah, it's gonna take money. So that's what I meant at the beginning when I meant don't just go and buy into the idea of a business, of a scam or anything like that, and start throwing a ton of cash into it without you doing your homework, because you will be short a ton of cash. And was it really worth it? That's gonna be the question. You never know till the end, I guess, or once you see that it's not being profitable, and you're gonna be so short on money after some of these scams that it's ridiculous. And it's money that we usually can't get back. So if you're gonna make mistakes, make them young, because you can always recover. Never try to make these mistakes when you're older. And right there, absolutely no clue how I didn't kill this dude, but apparently I didn't kill him. So let's get into today's topic. So this is a different topic, and this is something that I always hear business people say, and a lot of other people in general. I've always heard a ton of people say, and I have no clue how I missed it, but usually when I use the boom shot, that's how people miss. I miss people, I mean. So I was just glad to be able to get away from one. So I don't know why this guy is just jumping like crazy to begin with, and apparently I got killed by no one. Like their name didn't come out, so I don't know what the heck was going on there. But anyways, so the new topic for today is regrets. And you will usually I've mostly listened to business people talking about this, and they always say that they never regret anything that they've done in life. And that is an extreme, and I know what they mean. I know what they're coming from and stuff like that, but I don't think I can be a person that can just sit here and say that I've never regretted anything. And I've heard a lot of people say it, and right there, that was a little cheeky kill. Like, I knew that guy was rolling. You guys saw him rolling on the other match as it was ending. I knew one of those coal trains was rolling, and the difference was that I rolled before him. So he was just rolling out of the blue for no darn reason. So, and there you see him again, just rolling for no real reason. He's just rolling. So once I saw him, I knew that if I made a move, he was gonna try to roll. Maybe he thought I was gonna shoot or whatever. So I just did a move. I rolled, and he rolled perfectly to where I rolled. So that's why I usually tell people not to roll and do that sort of stuff. And I tell you guys not to lose your marbles, because when you're just doing things like that, you get predictable. And that's what happened there. I was able to take him out, thankfully, and instead of me like missing it or whatever, and got in that kill. But right there, then he gets me back, and these guys were playing a bit like a bot, and I was trying to do the same thing. But right there it didn't quite work out for me. So yeah, it just happens. So going back to the topic, I was talking about regrets, and a lot of people say I never regret anything I've done, and I'm like, well, that's quite the extreme to actually say that, isn't it? And a lot of these people are like, no, like I did some bad things, and they might have been doubtful at the beginning, but I don't regret them now. And I'm like, really? Like, can you really say that you never regretted anything? In my personal opinion, and I've said that same sentence a few times, but in my personal opinion, even though I've said it in the past, because I was like, oh, maybe this is, something that I need to get used to or whatever, I don't think it really is now. And I've thought about it for quite a time. So for a few years now, and I don't think I will. There's a few decisions that I made or didn't make that I could not say that I didn't regret doing, or I didn't regret not doing, or whatever. So just to like give you guys an example, so a lot of these people just act to act, and that is the thing that a lot of people are told to do, because a lot of people are like no mens or whatever. They always say no to everything. So a lot of people have this mentality of being a yes man. Like no matter what happens, you say yes. You don't know what can happen. And I'm like, that is true to an extent, but you don't want to do a ton of bull crap that is going to like mess you over completely. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you're a yes man for a while because you don't want to have any regrets or whatever. And let's say this is just, of course, a scenario. So let's say that you're married, you have a few kids, a few daughters, whatever, and all of your friends are yes men as well, or maybe you're in this little loop and you guys are having a few beers, whatever. You guys are a little bit drunk, you're maybe at a club or something, that there's another lady there, and one of them is, she's gonna go home with one of you. It's either gonna be one of your friends or you, and your friends basically talk you into doing this, and you do what you shouldn't do if you're happily married, as society tells us, and you completely fuck over your, what's it called, your family, your relationship, everything. You're divorced or all of this. I mean, in a scenario like that, and let's say that you weren't unhappy. Let's say you were perfectly happy. You just did this because you were being a yes man or whatever. Would you still have the balls to come and tell me that you don't regret, fucking over your family, your kids, your wife, what have you, for just because you couldn't say no or whatever during this stupid period that you were having? I mean, let's not be that extreme. A lot of times we do a lot of stupid shit that, we will regret, and it's just gonna be there, I guess, and it'll mess up your entire life. And I guess it depends on what type of person you are, because I know there's a few people that might have a different relationship. They might not be happy, they might not be this, so them doing something like this is an escape route and they don't regret it. But I don't think every person in a situation like that would, or a person could actually say that they don't have any regrets. And then there is also the times, a different example, and I know I'm giving extreme examples, but let's say that maybe you're a business person and you're always really, really, conscious on what you do. You're very disciplined, and one of your friends that is undisciplined maybe comes up with something that he invested on or whatever, started, made him a ton of cash, and before he did, you saw the plans, you saw everything, you did the math, and you knew what you could have gotten. You knew that if it worked, he was gonna be like filthy loaded with money or whatever, or with wealth, whatever you guys prefer. So let's say that you decide not to take that chance, but you know the possibility, because the risk was way too high and you're a disciplined investor, but you know the possibilities. And then this friend that you have that was a completely turd and had no clue what he was doing ever when it came to finance and all of that, just outclassed you forever. And it just proves that maybe you know, having all of this education and having all of this discipline wasn't the best thing, you know, for that scenario? Would you not regret not investing? You know, I would, you know, so I don't know. So but I understand why people usually say that I don't regret this or I don't regret that, and it's true. We should live a life where we shouldn't have any regrets, but that is not the case, you know. We are only human, and it doesn't matter how hard we try to be perfect or to be good or to live through society norms. We're gonna fail eventually, and we might have a few regrets. Now, that doesn't mean that regrets should eat up the rest of your life. So, not because you did something that was doubtful or that did something big, that doesn't mean that your life should stop there. You know, you need to learn to dust yourself off and continue. You know, try to patch things up or do whatever you can to make the best out of, you know, whatever you have. But I don't know, because I think about things in life or things that I did or didn't do, and some of the time when I think about it, I'm like, at the moment I thought it was the best idea, I thought this was the best thing to do, and now that I think about it, I realize how silly it was. So if I could go back in time, there is some stuff that I would change. I'm not saying that I would change a lot though, but there is a few small things that I would change or would like to have done differently or had gotten a different outcome out of. So I don't know. I think it's going to depend a lot more on the person or whatever and the type of life that they have. But I am satisfied with the life that I have. I am not unhappy. I so I don't know, maybe that's part of the reason why I think the way I think. And right there, I did not see that Carmine coming out from behind me at all, but oh well. So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think on the topic of regrets? But I've heard it so many times, and at first it used to piss me off. I used to be one of those people that was like, of course you have regrets. Like, everybody has to have a regret at least. Nobody is that perfect. And then right here, I don't even know what I was doing, but I don't know why I wasn't moving. And it's not that I wasn't. I might have been on my phone or something. But and I tried moving a little too late, but I was I wasn't playing really. So now I'm back on the game after I got killed like that, because apparently there were some teammates maybe waiting for me to make a move. So now I felt like a bit of a turd for not for not playing for a while. And now it's time to go in. So you guys can tell that I still quite have it. And if it wasn't for my connection and the bit of lag and stuff like that happens every once in a while, a lot more of my shots would connect and I would have way better games a lot sooner. So I'm just hoping that as soon as I fix my Xbox situation here, this will change and I'll be hopefully a better player. Because I think that this Xbox and the crappy Wi-Fi connection that it has or adapter is really messing with my abilities here. I think not necessarily a ton, but a bit at least. I think I could do better. But that's gonna take time, so don't expect me to be able to fix this right away. It's gonna take some time, and I'll maybe talk about it more later and try to get an opinion on what route would be smartest to go. But we'll keep it for then. But going back to what I was saying, I always used to be one of these persons that would get pissed off when somebody would say that. Then I grew into that mentality of always saying that, like, I never regret anything. And after a while, and it didn't last long, after a short time of me growing into that mentality, I just couldn't stay there, because I was like, I couldn't say that I didn't regret or that people won't regret things. So some of the things are out of our control, but still people regret some of the decisions and stuff like that you take. So I don't know, I maybe because I've just seen or heard of a lot of stories where some crazy stuff happened and people live regretting this forever or whatever, but it shouldn't really hold you back. I think always don't act, you know. I don't know where I read this, and it's something that always stood to me, because I used to be, when I was young, I used to be a rebel. I was one of those people that didn't care about anything. I just had that like fucking mentality, like I'm gonna do this and I don't give a crap What anybody says, I'm gonna do this, and if it doesn't work, well, fuck it, you know. It didn't work, I got into trouble, whatever. So that's just the way that I usually went. And as I grew older and I excuse me, as I grew older, I don't know why I'm and as I grew older and got wiser, I started learning that it was really, really stupid, or a stupid way to look at the world. This is only things that little rebel kids do when they're young. And then eventually you either grow out of it, or life slaps you right in the face and teaches you your role, basically. So I grew out of it eventually, and now I don't have that stupid mentality. Now every time I make a decision and stuff like that, I think about it. I think about the consequences. Not all the time, don't get me wrong. There's some decisions that are really not going to affect your future that much. Like, should I eat a hamburger or a pizza today? Like, you're still going to eat fast food, and if it's bad for your health, it's bad for your health. Either way, so it, it's not an argument of where pizza or a hamburger it's healthier or one or the other. They're both unhealthy. So decisions like that, you know, that's what I'm talking about. I don't think about them. I'm just like, I would rather have a pizza than. But bigger decisions in life, you do think about them, because you do have to live with the consequences of your actions on these bigger decisions. And right there, that Carmine, I had seen him, he disappeared, and then he just appeared and shot me from the side. So yeah, that's why I didn't kill him. So I thought, I don't know why I thought somebody killed him, because he just went away. But anyways, so the big decisions, you're gonna have to live with them. And I knew a lot of guys back in high school that had a girlfriend or whatever, and I don't know how you didn't shoot her at first, but I did try. And it's just my controller, my connection, at taking things properly. But some of these guys had a ton of, like, 2 or 3 kids. I knew a guy that had 3 kids before we fucking got out of high school, and that was just fucking ridiculous. And we're like, you are unemployed, you don't work, you can't go to school and advance yourself or do anything like that. You gotta go straight to work. You're more than likely gonna be, what is a 18 or 17-year-old gonna be doing? You know, he's not gonna get a really good fancy job or anything like that. And he has 3 kids to take care of, plus his girlfriend, and they were just girlfriend and boyfriend. There were nothing serious. And I'm like, so this guy, within a year or whatever, maybe not divorced, but separated from this chick. Maybe he's with another one, has a few, or another kid or whatever. Now he has more kids to take care of. Another girl has to pay child support. And I'm like, how are you going to do all of that? You know, knowing that I grew up in a really poor environment and stuff like that. You know, it's like, it doesn't make sense. And whatever, you know, hopefully the guy did, you know, his best, or hopefully things are not going too bad for him. But really, you know, he's gonna have to live with those decisions for the rest of his life. Like, could you not tell me that he has no ounce of regrets? Really? Like, are you that arrogant? And I really do think that people that have that mentality are very arrogant. It really does take a very arrogant person to say, I have absolutely no regrets on anything that I've done. Even if I've totally, you know, did something extremely stupid, or the stupidest thing ever, I still don't regret it. You know, you must be like so arrogant, it is unbelievable. So I don't know, and if you guys do think that maybe you don't have any regrets, who knows, maybe you don't. But I don't know, I just couldn't buy into the mentality for too long. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. So I am curious to see what some of you guys think. And yeah, you know, like I say, it's never hold me back. I do say, like, maybe I shouldn't have done this, and maybe if I did have a chance, I would do it differently. But given that something like that never happens, yeah, I'm not stuck on the past or anything like that. So I do understand that you're able to move through all of this and be like, maybe I should have done something differently, but oh well, you know, oh well, like, what can I do now? You know, I'm not gonna dwell on the past. I'm gonna move forward and do whatever I can, and, you know, just to move forward and have fun in life and all of that. I don't really understand people that dwell on the past, and they lived an experience 30 years ago and they're still it's so vivid still 30 years after in their mind, and they've never been able to do anything else. And right here I'm showing you guys exactly how not to use the sniper. So don't take any notes on that. Let's just make it seem like it never happened. But yeah, I haven't used the sniper in a really long time, so of course I'm gonna be extremely rusty. And I had one really good shot, I think, in one of these videos that I recorded that I'll be posting. I don't know when, because I'm trying to get them on an interval where it makes sense for me to be able to post and not stop posting for an entire month or two or something like that. So we'll see, we'll see. So yeah, I don't know, I don't really know. I had other thoughts and other things on the topic, but I think that the examples that are, since the video is coming to an end, I think the examples that I already gave are enough, and to prove the point that I wanted to do on why I don't think that when people say that they don't regret something, they're not, I don't think that they're being 100% truthful. I think we all do have those regrets, but yeah, you do move through them. If you're able to move through them and all of that, I could see how when I would be older, I might be able to say, you know what, I really didn't regret it, anything, I guess. You know, I can't see it, but for now, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But like, I understand the mentality. Don't get me wrong, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to say that 100%. But hopefully I will, because I do understand that people that say it is because it didn't matter what happened. They already moved forward with their lives. They're already like 100% out of, you know, whatever they did. They maybe fixed it or whatever. So yeah, who knows. I'll just leave it, I'll just leave that for you guys. So thank you for watching, and I am reading some of you guys' comments. I'm a little bit disconnected right now with the community and all of that, and it's just because I was, at first I was stressing so much out on this, and now I'm trying not to stress so much on this and all that, especially since it's not working and I'm not going to be posting regularly. So hopefully that'll be enough for you guys to keep that in mind, that I am here. I do plan to continue to post. I need to get this thing fixed again, or purchase an entirely new Xbox and all of that, and hopefully we'll be able to come back full swing and do some other stuff. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you. Bye.